Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble. I trust that you're doing well, loving yourself and everyone around you. Today, I'd like to share some words of inspiration and some words of encouragement with you. Be mindful and careful not to force what doesn't fit in your life. Doesn't matter who you are, where you are, what your career is, tax bracket, etc., etc. You've heard it from me before. Just be mindful not to force things that doesn't fit. Be honest with yourself in a situation, no matter who you are, where you are, or what it's about. And we have to be honest and actually be truthful with ourselves and acknowledge when things aren't working, not just with people, but with places and things in particular as well. We have to be mindful of this. We have to acknowledge it and we have to accept it and take it for what it is. You don't want to force things that don't fit in your life. You don't want to force yourself in areas that you don't belong, because when you force yourself in areas that you don't belong or force things that doesn't fit, later on down the line or eventually you will experience some form of friction. And we've seen this throughout our entire life. We always hear about conflict, right? We always hear about people being disappointed, upset. People become angry, they become upset. Some people end up breaking the law or hurting someone because there was a point in their situation or in their life where they were forcing something that didn't fit. But when you choose to ignore the red flags or the signs of what isn't for you, and you want to press forward, and the universe or the Most High is telling you not to press forward, expect some kind of friction down the line. Good or bad, big or small, medium, doesn't matter. But be mindful of this. Be honest with yourself. Be truthful of yourself. It's just all about honesty, and there are red flags that we notice in our life, not just with people, but with situations, things, ideas. You could be working on a project and there may be some ideas that you just don't agree with, but you choose to go along because you have an investor on the project. You don't want to lose the investor, or you don't want to upset someone. You don't want to ruffle someone's feathers. This topic is a very broad topic, but it's a great topic, and I was pondering on it. And I'm sharing this with you to encourage you to not force things that don't fit into your life, things that are in your control. I'm not saying go around and just start deconstructing and trying to control everything. We can only control ourselves, and this we know. And for this reason, just be mindful of that. Be truthful and honest with yourself. And when it's time to cut ties with people, places, and things and let things go, be willing to do so, because in the long run, it'll all pay off and you'll be grateful that you did so. So just be truthful, live in your truth. If it doesn't fit, it isn't working. If you have the opportunity or the chance to speak up, speak up. Let your voice be heard. If you're not comfortable, say you're not comfortable. Don't wait months or years later to speak on how uncomfortable you've been and you were asked at the beginning about your feelings or how you felt about something. I'm just using that for an example, but just pondering on that. I was just considering how whenever we hear of conflict, and 9 times out of 10, there was something in that situation in the past that someone in that group, person, place, or thing, doesn't matter what it is, they saw the resistance. They chose to force something that didn't fit in the situation. A lot of times we acknowledge things and we ignore it. I have done it. We all have done it. But if you want to have a life is full of ups and downs. We know it's not going to be perfect, but if you want to have a more smoother ride, just learn to be honest with yourself. If it doesn't fit, just don't force it. Those are my words of inspiration for today. Yes, I am the Inspirational Lady Noble. Keep loving yourself and everyone around you. Ashe.